Hey guys, I finally got a microphone and a camera that sound pretty good. Uh, Today I have this truck and we're gonna see how the fuel mileage is. To do that, all we need to do is go to the UI apps, add app, then technical difficulty, sorry. Fuel economy. We're gonna go ahead and get rid of this, that way we can see my fuel economy. Alright, that should be about good. Start driving. Now, I did a little bit of work last night, so this truck probably has about 800 miles on it. Left my computer running for like 2 days with the nodes strapped up. So I think for this, we are going to go ahead and drive to the city, which should be pretty far out, I think. Let's see. Yeah, pretty far out. We're going to see how it does on this fare. I think we're going to have to make a turn at some point, so I'm going to start slowing down. I think I literally just missed the turn. If you hear anything in the background, I would believe that is my sister. Okay. I know that probably didn't help out on our fuel economy all too much. But now we're on the right way. I'm going to try to keep revs to a minimum. Any lag that is being produced right now is thanks to my video capturing software, so sorry. And one of the main reasons why I want to do this is because now we're going to be doing this test twice. Once with the truck, and then I have a little car that's sitting up there that I want to try this with. Today was pretty eventful. I got a new pair of speakers, got a webcam, and got a headset for this. Really wonder if having too much miles on a car on Beam affects simple things, like fuel economy and stuff like that. I really don't think it would. Just like how much a car, I think it just would wear and tear more easy. I'm gonna go ahead and downshift so I can get some revs up here. try to turn on cruise control. Ah, okay. So, in my pure infinite wisdom, I completely blocked off my cruise control. Man, I really hope like we don't have to make a turn at any point because I'm cruising at about 90 miles an hour. For all y'all, you know, don't do this. It's not okay to drive 90 or 80 miles an hour on a highway. I challenge all of you guys to find a truck in real life that can do 80 miles an hour in 6th gear. That's a manual at about 1700 RPM. I'm pretty sure this is an i6, so good luck. Hope you find it. If so, please tag me. You know my post. The other car is also a manual because, if I'm going to be completely honest, I am not too much of a fan of automatics. Especially not in Beam. They're very annoying. Having a lot of trouble with this truck in terms of keeping up with speed, but that probably has something to do with the fact that I'm going very fast. This should be the turn off to the city, so woohoo! I think we only use like 3 liters of gas. That's insane for a truck. Especially one this size. Ah, I lied. Okay, that wasn't the turn off like I thought. Oh, but this is... definitely the turn off. This thing is taking me on a road I have never seen before. All of that just to get to a highway. And I just want to say, you know, I really thought streaming was going to be harder, especially on the hardware that I'm using. But it's really not that hard. Um, Found a laptop that I'm using to record with OBS, and then I have a capture card that's actually hooked up to my main computer. Then I have the laptop hooked up to a monitor so I can actually see the screen, because funny enough, OBS only really streams in tiny screens on laptops. I know, big shocker. Look at that, finally made it to the city. Now for once, I'm finally going to let this truck rest. Be the first time this truck is really turned off in 2 days. Besides from the one time I forgot to put in fuel. The other car is going to be right over here. I'm not going to be able to get to the exact location like I wanted, but I'll be able to get pretty close. Mainly because I'm not sure how to get to that location anymore. You know, it's difficult, and I forgot to mark it. We have our beautiful blue sedan here. I'm going to go ahead and park this truck right before I get on there. If you guys are wondering what map I'm using, I am using the All-American Road. Just know for this map, it's very intensive on your computer, and you're gonna need to be able to have at least 8 gigabytes of RAM. Don't do what I'm doing. Don't use a hard drive. It makes loading terrible. So, after all of that, we used about 4 liters of gas. Pretty sure that translates to like half a gallon. Which, for doing, I would say about 5-6 miles, that's really not that bad. Especially in the amount of time that took. So let's go to our other little blue beauty. Dare I say, the blueberry. Well, if you guys would be interested in me going around this entire map, let me know. Because I would love to do that on camera. We're going to say we were out in the swamp. Yeah, that looks about the same distance. Guess I'm just idling for a bit. It lost some gas, so let's go ahead and do that. And both these cars have about 800 miles on them. Except for this car, I believe I chose especially because it has an i3. Name the first or last time you've ever seen one of those. I know for me it's been quite a while. I want to point this out too. Manual cars absolutely hate mountains because their RPM drops like crazy. It's insane. And as you can tell, this tank is incredibly small. It's, I believe, like 50 liters translates to about roughly 5 gallons of gas. So yeah, this is basically rivaling the Toyota Prius, which is not a bad car. It's just, you know, small, highly efficient in gas at least. But you know, I'm more of a truck guy. Favorite brand of truck? Personally, I know this is going to start up a little bit of hate. Personally, my favorite brand is a Toyota for like a regular car, and then for a truck, I want to go Dodge. Just kidding. Their transmissions go all the time. Chevys. Can't really go wrong with a Chevy. Personally, I've seen quite a few Chevys with over 500,000 miles. Especially the older 1960 trucks. Oh, they're beautiful. Oh. Okay, so let's pretend like I didn't reset the gas there. So in reality, we're still at like 48 liters. 47, sorry. And to make up for that a little bit, because I do kind of feel bad I kind of cheated this a little bit, I'm going to do like insanely high RPMs until we get that back down. It is worth to note in both of these cars, since I had them running overnight for long periods of time, they are both like, they both have really good radiators. Because as you know, in BeamNG, whenever you put a car up in the air and you just let the tires rotate, it tends to, for like 63 miles an hour, for example, in 6th gear, it'll be about 3,000 RPM. Which is, as you guessed it, not great for gas, and it's definitely not great for the engine. This car especially, the truck was always fine with it, but this car, like, it kept on giving me all kinds of grief. It especially loved to die after about 20 miles because the engine would overheat and blow a head gasket. You know, with blowing a head gasket, you get the fuel mixed in and antifreeze and radiator stuff mixed in. I'm not sure how that works actually. All I know is that it's really bad. Guess lesson of the day: don't overheat your engines. Don't buy your cars off Facebook Marketplace. You know what? For what it's worth, this car is doing insanely well on gas. It's been at, what is that, 5,700 RPM for how long now? That's insane. Personally, to me, that's just insane. For an unknown reason, too, especially since I just reset this car, it keeps on, like, drifting to the right a little bit, and I don't like that. That was close. I personally think the turbo might be overheating. Because the RPM is kind of sluggish. My smaller engines like i3s keep up with the road is they use a turbo, and that's how small engines are able to go 30, 40, 70, 80, 100 miles an hour. Because, you know, most cars nowadays can easily go 160. They just can't physically because every car has a governor limit. I mean, unless you're in Germany, then they really don't care because they have the German Autobahn. That has to be on like my go-to thing to do someday. Is go on the German Autobahn. Oh. Maybe I can get up and going again. I really don't want to reset it. Okay. To make this fair to the truck, since I've had to reset this car like 3 times, I'm just going to give it a little bit of a lower gas. Finally. Sorry, I'm kind of like guessing on where I should be clicking. Because, go figure, I can't see with all the... I can't see with my camera right here. But that's fine. I don't really care. I was playing around with my truck the other day, one that I made on here. I didn't realize how quickly you can blow up an engine on a truck. How fun it is. You can get a beam engine to where you can't really play around with it all too much. It doesn't work right. But the cool thing about that is it takes forever to accelerate, so you can either try to get onto a tow truck, which is what I like to do, or just saying, you can technical difficulties. Hold on, I forgot what I was gonna say. But the truck used slightly less gas than this car did. We're gonna check the engine sizes right now, see if that is accurate or not. Okay, let's see. This diesel engine i4, 1.5 liter, used about 3 liters of gas, which I didn't know this was a diesel, otherwise I wouldn't have picked it. Not that there's anything wrong with diesels, it's just this wasn't the test I was looking for. So yeah, I guess a gas engine does better than a diesel does on gas mileage. At least on here. Let's check on the truck. So this is a 4.5 liter V8. I'm really surprised this behemoth of an engine did so much better than that tiny diesel. But yeah, I guess that's all for today. If you like this type of content, be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!